Good afternoon, everybody. This is B period, E period, B period Junior. The Lord has just revealed something to me. I was praying with the word raised to him, asking him, where should I read today? In 1970 and 71, I raced a stock car in Auburn, Michigan, and Mount Pleasant, where Central Michigan College is located. I'm living in the middle of Grand Canyon College in Phoenix, Arizona right now, in the middle of the campus. Get this to someone over in Israel that's doing, what do they call it, geographical or they're digging up the place over there south of the south wall. I'm going to give you the exact location, the Holy Spirit just revealed it to me, of the temple. And you may or may not believe it, but for the longest time, he said, the Holy Spirit said today, go to Ezekiel, the 47th chapter and read. Well, I used to race a stock car, 471. If you add 1 to Ezekiel 47, you get 471. That's how crazy this is. So I put on my geological dig hat here for the desert, and I've got my priestly for the 12 tribes of Israel, because we're talking the location of the temple. Now, God told Moses when he built the temple that could be broke down, a tent form, and set up with curtains and everything to make it exactly at what he was shown in a vision on the mount when he saw the spiritual movable temple. Now, David gathers the wealth. He's got blood on his hands in many ways in battle and also committing murder to get a man's wife. We won't go in that direction, but David didn't get to build the temple. Solomon built the temple with all his wealth that the Lord gave him, but he got wealth because he asked for wisdom to direct and guide Israel and not wealth. So God just added the wealth. Now, Solomon, the builder, of the temple. Where was the temple located? Well, if Solomon was told where and how to build the temple, and David was told to buy the threshing floor, which they believe the temple was built on, here's my question. And here's how I'm going to tell you how to exactly locate the threshold of the temple door. Two or 3,000 years later, the Gihon Springs is still in its exact location. There was a tunnel chiseled through rock from both ends, and they met in the middle, slightly off, but they met. That spring is the only spring in the old city of Jerusalem. The only one. And it's still there in its original location, flowing downhill to a pool. Here's what I'm going to tell you to do in our engineering of today. Go to the source at the end of that 1,700 feet. Apparently, it's coming from a very special underground lake that if there is such a thing as a rainy season in Jerusalem or in the mountains nearby, when the lake is maximum full underground and the force of the maximum water is the source and moving the water through the Gihon Springs underground in a rock. Go to that place right now at one end, at the high end, at the source end of the Gihon Springs. Enclose it. Build a metal box with a 6-inch tube of whatever you want to make it out of, PVC, copper, iron, whatever, or drill straight up, if that's possible, till it comes out the top. And if that will fill and the water will move up that tube and flow out the top, run east and turn south downhill, you have found the corner of the door to the temple, the threshold, and it's on the southwest or southeast corner step. And it ran, even if it's spiritual, it said, let me read it. I'll make my point here of 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Then he brought me back to the door of the temple. Even if this is a spiritual thing, copy the spiritual and do it on earth. There has to be flowing, running water. And where is it located? Door of the temple. And behold, the water was issuing from below the threshold of the temple. The threshold towards the east, for the temple faced east.